we do karaoke? We should all sing. Yeah. Dapat may lyrics so we can sing. Three. Oh, canon. Acapella canon in D major. Should we stand up? We should all stand up.
Welcome, family, friends, honored guests, and departed loved ones who watch over us. We are gathered here today for the joyous wedding of Sherry and John. Assembled together here, surrounded by man's greatest literary works, to show our love and support for them by sharing in this beautiful ceremony. The benevolent feelings we bestow upon Sherry and John ensure that their married life together will begin with the blessings of those whom they hold dearest in their hearts. And Sherry and Sean, thank you for your presence today, along with the affection and encouragement you give them as they begin their lifelong commitment to each other on this, their wedding day. Please be seated. Religion class during our freshman year at Bennett. That was the closest they ever got. It wasn't until 3 years later that their paths met again. Sherry and John were selected as co-editors of Bennett Academy's 1999 class yearbook. I was just some random underling on staff at the time, but every time I stopped in to ask for their approval for a caption that I wrote, I noticed that they'd be leaning on each other's chair a little bit more every time. It almost got to the point of being a little uncomfortable to ask them. When what started as a working relationship blossomed into a loving one, and that has lasted through Bennett, Northwestern, and all the way up to the present. But loving relationships need work in order to stay strong. They need dedication, patience, tenderness, forgiveness, and understanding, which are pretty much all things humans have difficulty with. But not these two, not with each other. It seems they're always on the same page. By continuing to apply these virtues to their already strong relationship, Sherry and John will be prepared to face the challenges that lay ahead of them as they stand together as lifelong partners. So I turn to you, John. Will you take this woman to be your wedded wife? I will. Sherry, will you take this man to be your wedded husband?
I will.
Now, Sherry and John have selected passages that best express the way they feel. To read the first passage, Sherry's younger sister, Samantha.
Whenever I'm alone with you, you make me feel like I am home again. Whenever I'm alone with you, you make me feel like I am whole again. Whenever I'm alone with you, you make me feel like I am young again. Whenever I'm alone with you, you make me feel like I am fun again. However far away, I will always love you. However long I stay, I will always love you. Whatever words I say, I will always love you. I will always love you.
And now for the second passage, John's brother, Jay.
Marriage is, in many ways, a simplification of life, and it naturally combines the strengths and wills of two young people so that together they seem to reach farther into the future than they did before. Above all, marriage is a new task and a new seriousness, a new demand on the strength and generosity of each partner, and a great new danger for both. The point of marriage is not to create a quick commonality by tearing down all boundaries. On the contrary, good marriage is one in which each partner appoints the other to be the guardian of their solitude, and thus they show each other the greatest possible trust. A merging of two people is an impossibility, and where it seems to exist, it is a hemming in, a mutual consent that robs one party or both parties of their fullest freedom and development. But once the realization is accepted that even between the closest people, infinite distances exist, a marvelous living side by side can grow up for them if they can succeed in loving the expanse between them, which gives them the possibility of always seeing each other as a whole and before an immense sky.
Now these two passages, which were beautifully read by Samantha and Jay, they give some interesting insights into love, yet somewhat differing views on love and marriage. The first tells us about love being unity. When I'm alone with you, you make me feel I'm at home or I'm whole. But it's about the reciprocity of a loving relationship and how it surrounds, penetrates, and binds two people together. That's a beautiful and more classical way to view love, especially within the confines of marriage. If one person could start to feel this way, and then another person, and then another, soon all other problems seem so impossible, or seem not so impossible. Because with love, people can reach farther into the future than they ever could before, which is what the second reading mentions. And sure, the second passage agrees that love can help a couple accomplish such things, but it also says a merging of two people is an impossibility. And that's right. In marriage, each person's individuality must be respected. Otherwise, you lose your identity. And your identity is what the other person fell in love with in the first place. And I'm sure they wouldn't want you to change that. So, thus, individuality is maintained within the existence of a loving relationship between two people, when a free and trusting love is formed. A love where there are no more secrets. A love in which two people are one in love, yet can go on being themselves. And Sherry and John have that. And they have lived that up to now, and they will continue to do so. So one can see that the relationship between love and marriage is not black and white, or right and wrong. It has many aspects to it. And Sherry and John understand that. And it's from this understanding that will lead them to eternal joy in marriage, and hopefully inspire us all to find that joy in our own lives. So say we all. Now, two people in love do not live in isolation. Their love is a source of strength with which they may nourish not only each other, but also the world around them. And in turn, we, their friends and family, have responsibility to this couple. By our steadfast respect and love, we can support their marriage and the new family they are creating today. So I ask that everyone please stand. Do you, who are present here today, surround Sherry and John in love, offering them the joys of your friendship and supporting them in their marriage? If so, please respond, I will.
I will.
Thank you. Please be seated. Sherry and John, please take each other's hand. Remember, what you take into your hand, you also take into your heart. Marriage is a precious gift, a lifelong dedication to love and daily challenge to love one another more fully and freely. With this understanding, do you, John, take Sherry to be your beloved wife? Do you promise to be a tender, faithful husband? Do you promise to never give her up, let her down, run around and desert her? Do you promise to forgive her? Do you promise to forgive her when she forgets her keys at home, monopolizes the DVR for her shows, and works long hours sending criminals to jail? And Sherry, with this understanding, do you take John to be your beloved husband? Do you promise to be a tender, faithful wife? Do you promise not to make him cry, say goodbye, tell a lie, and hurt him? Oh, and do you promise to forgive him when he accidentally eats too much cheese? Monopolizes the television to play PlayStation, and wastes time with his ruggedly handsome friends? Now, Sherry and John have chosen rings as outward symbols of the commitment they make today. From earliest times, the ring has been a symbol of wedded love, an unbroken and never-ending circle which symbolizes a commitment to love that is also never-ending. John, please take the ring which you have selected and place it on Sherry's finger. And say to her, and repeat after me. This ring, a gift to you, symbolizes my desire, that you be my wife, from this day forward. Please place the ring on John's finger and repeat after me. This ring, a gift for you, symbolizes my desire, that you be my husband, from this day forward. Let these rings serve not as locks binding you together, but as keys, unlocking the secrets of your hearts for each other, and thus bringing you closer together forever. Sherry and John, as a collection of words, this ceremony, where you have pledged your love and commitment to one another, may have been spoken in mere minutes. But your promises to each other will last a lifetime. However, remember this day, for it will be yours for all time. By the power vested in me, through the Universal Life Church, I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may now kiss the bride.